So we've got an update on the death of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy. There was an investigation started a couple weeks ago because Santa Fe decided that while there was no obvious signs of foul play whenever they discovered their bodies, the death was suspicious enough to warrant an investigation just to make sure. They had a press conference today. They had the sheriff's office, the coroner, and a couple other officials there. According to the officials, Betsy died first. Died around 2011. They're saying that she died of hantavirus, something I had never heard of before. Apparently, or technically, hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, which comes from infected rat urine and feces, and apparently, like you can get it just from trying to clean that kind of stuff up without the proper cleaning procedures and materials. Um, says it starts off with like flu-like symptoms, and then within about a week, if it's not treated, it progresses to difficulty breathing, and somewhere between 38 to 50% of people that catch hantavirus die. I'm guessing she didn't even know that she had it. They have surveillance video of her going to the farmer's market, the the pharmacy, picking up dog food. She was wearing a mask at the time, so I'm thinking that she thought that she just had flu or something semi mild, and then whenever it hit, because they found her in the bathroom, uh, you know, she just was unable to call for help, I guess, or get help. So, and then they said that Gene Hackman died on the 17th or the 18th of February. They said his pacemaker had the last known information from his pacemaker was on the 17th of like normal heart rhythm, and then it showed him in atrial fibrillation on the 18th. Apparently, he had uh, pulmonary heart disease, Alzheimer's, like pretty much full blown Alzheimer's. They're saying that he died. That's what he died from, was heart disease with Alzheimer's as a contributing factor. What's sad is it seems like that whenever his wife died in the bathroom, his Alzheimer's is so bad that he didn't realize she's dead. And since neither one of them had a caretaker or a living nurse or anything like that, she must have been the one that made sure that he got his meds and fed and all that. Basically took care of him. So he lasted about another week with his dead wife in the house. And then finally ended up passing away, probably from not getting his meds to deal with the heart disease. Uh, Alzheimer's is a horrible, horrible disease. So, and then they also mentioned renal failure, which kind of coincides with that. They're still waiting on the necropsy for the dog that died. I've heard some reports that the dog was locked in a cage. So I'm guessing it died just from not getting food and water. And the local health inspector or health department said that they did do an assessment of the house and the surrounding properties looking for the source of the hantavirus. Now, they said that the actual house of Gene and Betsy was low risk. They didn't find any real signs of rodent activity. They did say that there was signs of rodent activity on other structures on the property. So I'm assuming that's where Betsy caught it from. She tried to clean it up from one of those structures. Uh, let's see here. Do, 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 do. Some people were asking if Gene had possibly died of, dehydration or starvation. The coroner did say that she didn't see any signs of dehydration, and that while there was no food in Gene's stomach when he was found, that there were no obvious signs of starvation. So it's really just a sad story. She died supposedly from a pretty somewhat rare uh, syndrome, which apparently they have cases every year, but it's like six in that state, so it's not very common. She probably thought it was just something normal like flu, and then once it turned, she didn't have time to call for help or pass out on the floor or something like that. And poor Jean, who's got Alzheimer's and just didn't realize it, and lasted about another week and then passed away himself. So all in all, a sad story. I hate to hear that, especially when he was such an iconic actor. But you know, it just goes to show you that you need to have people checking in on you every now and again, if possible, because you never know when you might get hurt and need somebody and not be able to get to the phone or what have you. Anyway, I just figured I'd give an update on that sad story, but